So welcome guys to the DK show, and this is the Saturday edition. So we want to look at President Ruto's visit to LUO NYANZA. Actually it was a 2-day state visit. It was talking on matters development, and there was also Owalo's homecoming in Siaya. So we want to look at some of the reasons or behind the scenes. We can just say the intrigues behind President Ruto's Nyanza visit. Remember Rigathi Gachagua, William Ruto, Murkomen, called them the Kenya Kwanza Brigade during the campaign period. They were saying that actually President Uhuru Kenyatta, that is the former president by then, who was in the handshake with the former premier Raila Odinga. They were saying that actually Uhuru Kenyatta took all the projects to LUO NYANZA, leaving out Central Kenya and Rift Valley in particular. So they used the platform of amepeleka vitu Nyanza, ye mwenyewe amehama ameenda Nyanza. So these guys, that made Central people, because you know Central hate Nyanza so much. So when somebody was saying like that, they supported that person fully. That's why most of them voted for Ruto, because they thought that Ruto will never step foot in Nyanza. Anyway, that was just that is aside. Before we continue, I would like to remind you that if you are watching this channel for the first time, click on the subscribe button, and also not forget to thumbs up or like our video so that it can be recommended to more viewers. And also the notification bell, you can hit the notification bell so that anytime we produce a video like this, you'll get notified. So we see President Ruto having a 2-day visit in the LUO NYANZA region. President Ruto went to Homa Bay, and one of the observations that I've made is that the president was given a warm reception, unlike all this other time. Even the first time when President Ruto went to Homa Bay, he was not given a cordial or a warm welcoming as of yesterday and today in Siaya County. The president went to Homa Bay and was received by Governor Gladys Wanga and a host of other leaders, including Adipo Kwome of that is Karachuonyo constituency. We had Lilian Gogo of Rangwe. Rangwe is the home constituency of Gladys Wanga. We also had Opondo Kaluma, Homa Bay Town Member of Parliament, Karoli Omondi, Suba South. We had Millie Odhiambo, but not. We also had MP Ongondo Were, Charles Ongondo Were, that is from Kasipul, that is where Yugis lies. We also had MP from Dhiwa, that is Lilian Gogo. We also Martin, some the ward chief, is calling ward chief. Then we also had, so there were very many MPs. I think the entire 8 MPs from Homa Bay, because Homa Bay has got 8 constituencies. So all these people, including Senator Kajwang, was also present. There was also Evans Kidero. People call them rejects. There was Evans Kidero. There was also Okoth Obado. Remember the governor who had some cases of rapists or rape cases from Migori County. We also had these are the people from Kisumu County, that is Outa, and the first governor of Kisumu, Ranguma. All these guys were there, they were present. There were government officials, various CSs, like the CS for land, there was the PS for interior, that is Raymond Omolo, is actually coming from Homa Bay, and all these other people. So these guys were there, even Rigiji. There was Rigiji in Homa Bay. And one thing I noticed is that Rigathi Gachagua actually dressed like Raila Odinga because he was wearing the common attire which Raila always prefers. So that's what I wanted to, that is what I observed, and I wanted to point it out. Rigathi Gachagua, even after they were given the hats which are made in LUO land, Rigathi Gachagua was actually looking like Raila Odinga. President Ruto was very happy if you see the gesture, and even Gladys Wanga, the kind of reception that Gladys Wanga gave President Ruto, you can say kudos to the Homa Bay people, Homa Bay residents. So President Ruto is a man known for making various promises. This is not the first time President Ruto is making promises. Ruto said that they will build 9 stadiums within 6 months. We are yet to see the stadiums. So I want to urge all the LUO NYANZA leaders, especially the governors and the senators and the MPs and the MCs, they should follow all these projects, all the promises that were given there. Like in Homa Bay, Ruto was to build fish processing plants. Ruto was also to build 5,000 houses. That is the affordable housing unit, which was the main agenda there. There were several kilometers of roads which were to be built within Homa Bay and the county as a whole. And also you notice that President Ruto also said that he will maybe revive the cotton industry, the ginneries. So all these things are mega projects. It was around 3-point-something billion. So these things will only benefit the LUO NYANZA residents if the governor and all other leaders unite and they follow up, because there is difference between talking and doing. So we should walk the talk. So all the NYANZA leaders, elected leaders, whether you are in ODM, whether you are in UDA, whether you are in which party, but I think NYANZA is Azimio-nated, especially ODM. So when you are in ODM, may you follow up. When you are the leader, follow up all these promises. Ensure that the monies are allocated, the projects are done, and they have been launched by the same person who initiated them. That one you shall have helped the people. So there are some reasons why. I think reasons are known, because the main reason is that President Ruto said that he was going, it was a state, you can say state function visit to those counties. It was a working tour. But you know, because President is a politician, there must be political aspect of the visit, and there must be the development aspect. But today we want to look at the political aspects. Reasons why President Ruto went to NYANZA is, number one, is the legitimacy question. President Ruto was elected in a very disputed manner when he was announced by the Chebukati-led Electoral Commission. We said that President Ruto garnered around 51% and Raila Odinga had 49%. So it was a very small margin, because President Ruto was around 7,200,000, I think 7,100,000 votes. Then President Raila Odinga, that is the opposition leader, whereby his backyard is where President Ruto went to, garnered around 6.9 million votes, 6,940,000 votes. So that's a very small margin. So there was a legitimacy question, because very many people believe that even after the Martha Koome-led court declaring that Raila Odinga's petition was hot air, very many people believe that Ruto was not legally elected. So this is the reason why they were not happy with the president. So the president, because he's receiving the intelligence report, he managed to come quick, because knowing Ruto how smart he is, he went to LUO NYANZA maybe to look for legitimacy. The second reasons that we can talk about on President Ruto's visit to LUO NYANZA is that President Ruto wanted to maybe court the LUO NYANZA residents ahead of 2027 And that is the major reason. That's another very good reason. When you look at President Ruto's messaging in his visit to Nyanza, you'll realize that he was talking about, you give me 1%, you know, Raila Odinga got 28% in Eldoret, and even 25% in Nyeri, which I don't know. Last time they were saying 11%, this time they were saying 28%. So let's see. But that is a messaging tactic. President Ruto is trying to say that the LUO Nyanza residents, despite him not getting a better percentage of votes from that region, he still embraced them. So he's trying to entice them so that at least in the next general election, that is 2027, they can vote for him overwhelmingly. That is another reason, and it is very possible. And even if you look at the body language of the LUO Nyanza leaders, it was showing that indeed President Ruto was accepted among the LUO nation. President Ruto was in the Pentagon team, that is in 2007, and they have worked closely with Raila Odinga. He knows the tactics of Raila. He knows everything about ODM. So believe it or not, Ruto knows everything about ODM. He has the strategy and he has the energy. So that's how President Ruto works. So in this video, we have looked at the second reason why maybe, or the intrigues, some of the reasons why President Ruto went to LUO Nyanza. We are also going to look at the third point. The third point is, apart from legitimacy and maybe looking for the 2027 campaigns, maybe President Ruto has realized that when you go to LUO Nyanza, then you do something, it will be publicized, because LUO Nyanza has been in opposition for a long time. So maybe when you go there, you do some 1, 2, 3, people will easily recognize it, and you will have a perception that at least you've delivered. That's how President Uhuru Kenyatta worked, the former president. The former president went to LUO Nyanza several times. He launched the port, he launched the Uhuru Business Park, he opened up the Bita Causeway. He did very many things to Nyanza. There was some construction of roads, the Aero interchange, which I don't know, is it continuing or it's stalled? All these development projects created a perception that President Uhuru Kenyatta by that time was delivering. So President Ruto also, in his own wisdom, he want to take credit, or he want to have a share of the credit of the projects that President Uhuru Kenyatta maybe started. So he want to also get some name from that point. That one can be another reason, because Ruto is a politician, and like any other politicians, they always like attention, or they always like publicity, because that is what they are after. Another thing, or another reason, or maybe the last reason, according to me, why President Ruto visited LUO Nyanza was maybe there could be a behind the scenes talk between him and the former premier. Remember, in politics there are only two constants, that is interest and betrayal. The rest are not constant. So the interest, when the interest of politicians, they are directly proportional to the time and to the nature and to the terrain of the political space at the prevailing moment, or at a particular period of time. So when you look at this time, you will see that you look at the shaping of the politics of this country, the reshaping, I can say the reshaping of the political situation in this country, is that there are some politicians who are going to be irrelevant, completely irrelevant in 2027. For example, you don't expect Kalonzo Musyoka to defeat President William Ruto. It is very impossible. With the kind of approach that President Ruto is doing, the kind of approach he's making, the kind of tactics and strategies doing, it will be very difficult to defeat President Ruto. So maybe somebody should just campaign, or should just start strategizing for 2032. And in 2032, I will give you a video of how I strongly believe that Johnson Sakaja will be the next president after William Ruto. I believe that Johnson Sakaja and Kipchumba Murkomen will be the next leaders in Kenya. Maybe if Rigathi Gachagua is also wise, we can't dismiss Rigathi Gachagua, because even President Ruto was dismissed, but he is now the president. President Ruto also passed through many ups and downs in President Uhuru Kenyatta, especially the second term tenure of President Uhuru Kenyatta. So very many people despised him. He was treated like an outcast in the government. Alijipanga vizuri, nasemaga kujipanga. So I'm seeing Johnson Sakaja and Kipchumba Murkomen, maybe, or maybe Ndindi Nyoro and maybe Kithure Kindiki. I'm seeing the president revolving around 5 people, and I will discuss in the next video. So can you just please, just a request, if you're watching for the first time, this is the DK show, you can just click on the notification bell and the subscribe button so that you can subscribe. Please subscribe. Notification bell is for the YouTube to automatically notify you when we produce another video. I'm also requesting you guys to share the video and also join the membership. I will give out the procedure in the comment section below, and you will have to choose. It's not si kwa lazima, niko unyenyekevu, tunaomba you subscribe and then you also join the membership of this channel. We want to grow the channel so that it can become a bigger channel. Thank you guys. Until such a time, we'll be talking about Johnson Sakaja, Kipchumba Murkomen, Ndindi Nyoro, Musalia Mudavadi, and Rigathi Gachagua. We will be talking about those guys because that is where the presidency lies in the next 10 years. Thank you.